talk about this guy, Elon Musk. Yeah, the same guy behind Tesla, SpaceX, the app formerly known as Twitter, and those satellites floating over our heads. Starlink. The man's net worth? Over $220 billion.
Elon Musk has officially become the richest person in the world. His net worth has crossed the 400 billion US dollar mark. That's about 628 billion Australian dollars. And he's the first person to have that much money. His interests in SpaceX and Tesla have helped boost his wealth in the past year.
I know, right? That's not even rich. That's something else. That's, you forgot the rest of us exist money. But here's where it gets a little absurd. That amount, it's more than what entire countries make in a whole year. Let that sit for a second. We're not talking about pocket change nations with no running water. Some of these are places with real people, real struggles, real economies. But still, Elon outpaces them by miles. So Earth has about 195 countries. Of those, over 40 have a GDP smaller than this one guy's net worth. Let's name a few, not to shame them, but to get a feel for just how wild this comparison really is. Ethiopia, over 120 million people. GDP, about $111 billion. Elon could literally double Ethiopia's economy, like snap his fingers and boom, twice as strong. Sudan, 45 million people. $51 billion GDP. Elon's worth? Nearly 4 Sudans. One man, 4 countries. Nepal, beautiful country, 30 million people. GDP, 40 billion. Elon's net worth? Enough to run Nepal, and then some. 5 Nepals. Iceland, small population, developed economy, tourist magnet. GDP is $30 billion. Elon? Worth 7 Icelands. That's not just cold, that's chilling. Honduras, 10 million people, $30 billion GDP. Elon could fund Honduras for 7 years. 7. Like, with money to spare. Bolivia, 12 million people, $40 billion GDP. And they've got lithium, by the way, the very stuff Tesla runs on. Bosnia and Herzegovina, GDP, $23 billion. Elon, 9 Bosnias. Like he could just casually create Bosnia 1 through 9. Jamaica, love the people, the music, the vibes. GDP, $17 billion. Elon could run 13 Jamaicas. That's a whole reggae empire. Rwanda, growing fast, recovering, hopeful. GDP, $14 billion. Elon's net worth, 15 Rwandas. You get the picture. We could keep going. Namibia, Serbia, Laos, Mongolia. Different continents, different cultures, same story. Elon's wallet is fatter than their annual GDPs. Now let me group some of these together. If we combine Jamaica plus Albania, plus Namibia, plus Malta, plus Georgia, plus Mongolia, we still wouldn't hit $150 billion. And Elon, he's sitting at over $220 billion. Let me repeat that. More money than the combined economies of 7 countries. That's not just surprising, it's almost comedic. Now you're probably wondering, how is this real? Does Elon just have a bank vault somewhere with golden Tesla logos stacked like Legos? Nope. It's not like he's got $220 billion in cash lying around. Most of his wealth is what we call paper wealth, tied up in Tesla stock, SpaceX shares, a slice of the X pie. So when Tesla goes up 5%, Elon doesn't just make a few million, he makes a Jamaica. When SpaceX gets valued higher, there goes another Rwanda into his column. It's like every time the stock market hiccups, someone's national economy is born or erased, all tied to a guy who tweets memes and sells flamethrowers for fun. But this isn't just about money, it's about influence, about leverage. The man controls rockets, internet satellites, car factories, social media, and that kind of reach, it makes governments look slow. Because Elon doesn't need to run for office to affect policy. He doesn't need to lead a country to impact global supply chains. He just tweets, And sometimes that's enough to crash or rally the stock market. That's real power. Now let's play a little game of what if Elon cashed out. Let's say tomorrow morning Elon decides, you know what, I'm done with all this. Sells his Tesla stock, offloads SpaceX shares, ditches X, Starlink, everything, converts it all to cash. What could he do with that $220 billion? Well, he could wipe out the entire national debt of countries like Nepal, Sudan, and Bolivia at the same time. Debt-free nations, just like that. Or he could fund clean water access for over 1 billion people. That's no child drinking from a muddy river again kind of impact. Want something a little more flashy? He could go out and buy every single team in the NBA, NFL, and MLB. All of them. Become the king of American sports overnight. Or let's take it global again. What if he funded education? He could build a world-class university in every African country. That's 54 nations. Ivy League campuses sprouting up across a whole continent. Still not done? He could literally run the entire economy of 10 countries for a whole year. Salaries, infrastructure, healthcare, power, all covered. I mean, at some point, this goes beyond wealth. This is empire-level money, the kind of money ancient kings would have built civilizations with. But here's the twist. He doesn't do most of that, and that's not a judgment, it's a reality check. See, this whole story, it's not just about Elon. It's not even really about billionaires. It's about the system we're all living in. A world where one man, who's not elected, not sworn in, not held to any constitution, holds more power than the governments of dozens of countries combined. No borders, no parliaments, just a powerful cocktail of stock, tech, and timing. Now think about that. If Elon Musk decides to move a factory to one country, the GDP rises. If he pulls out of another, unemployment spikes. If he says something wild on Twitter, sorry, X, the markets panic. And the wildest part, he's not the only one. There are a handful of people on this planet, maybe 10, maybe 20, whose financial weight is heavier than nations. And they didn't get that from votes. They got it from business moves, market surges, and sometimes just luck. So what does that mean for us? Is that okay? Does it worry you? Should the power to shift economies really be this concentrated? These aren't easy questions, and maybe that's the point. Because once we stop being shocked by how rich someone is, we need to start asking deeper questions. Not just about the person, but about the system that made it possible. Not just a billionaire, not just money, one man richer than 50 countries combined. And honestly, if you're still watching, I want to know what you think. Do you think anyone should have that much power? Or is it just the way the world works now? Drop your thoughts below. I'm all ears.